So, do you think you would have passed if this was an actual test? I would like you to change gear. In this video, I'm at Zillmere Driving Test Center with Shehan, who will be doing a mock driving test to prepare for his upcoming driving test. Shehan holds an overseas license and plans to convert it to an Australian license. During the mock test, we will drive on main roads and residential areas, and we will complete 3 maneuvers: a U-turn, a reverse parallel park, and a gear change maneuver. If you are new to the channel, consider subscribing for more driving related videos. So from now on, I'm not gonna really help you with anything. Can I get you to turn the ignition on, but don't start the car? Okay. This part I can help if necessary.
I'm not sure,
Okay.
in my car.
So you just basically don't press the brakes and push the power button twice. Twice. Another one. Perfect. So basically that will be the ignition on. Can you put your side window down?
This one?
Yeah. Your window, the windows.
Outside. Yeah.
Okay. Left and right indicator. Okay. That's fine. Press the brakes. And at this point also your examiner can ask you to beep the horn. So you can go ahead and beep the horn when you're ready. Okay, cool. And then now whenever you're ready, you can turn on the car. Also you can put the window back up. So there's gonna be pre-test questions. Then the main thing is driving. And then there will be about 2, potentially 3 maneuvers. Okay. Yeah, so that's basically the structure of even the actual test. That's how it's like structured. Okay, so can I get you to turn on the headlights and high beams?
Yes.
At the start of the mock test, I asked Shehan some pre-test questions and he answered all the questions correctly.
The headlight and the highway.
Okay, that's fine. And just show me where the front and the rear demisters are.
It's front and rear.
Okay, so that's all the questions. Whenever you're ready, you can go. We're gonna be turning right.
Okay.
The speed limit inside the driving test center is 10 kilometers per hour, which is something that a lot of learner drivers struggles to manage. Shehan manages the speed well. At the end, you can go right. At the end of the road, turn right. At this intersection, Shehan makes two non-critical driving errors. First, there was a safe gap because the car coming from the right hand side was a little bit too far, but Shehan does not turn. The second time, Shehan sees the gap, but he moves forward and hesitates. These are non-critical driving errors. Take the slip lane on the left coming up. At the roundabout, turn right, so that will be the third exit. Turn right. And then turn left. Take the first street on your left. Turn right. Turn left. When going around parked vehicles in a residential area with no marking, we don't need to indicate. Shehan indicates, and this actually continues throughout the mock test. This is a non-critical driving error. When safe to do so, change to the left lane. At the traffic lights coming up, turn left, so that will be the slip lane. At the end of the road, turn right. And then after turning right, can you continue straight?
Okay.
Take the second street on your left. Here also Shehan indicates right to go around this parked vehicle and then indicate left to get back to the left. This is a non-critical driving error because there was no marking. At the end of the road, turn right. At the end of the road, make a U-turn. Turn left. So not the first street, the second street, turn left. Take the first street on your right. Turn left. When the traffic lights change to green and we are the first car, we have to look left and right before proceeding. Shehan does not check, and this is an uncritical driving error. At the traffic lights coming up, turn left. When changing lanes, we have to check the mirrors, indicate, and also do a shoulder check before moving the steering wheel. Shehan moves the steering wheel, then does the shoulder check. This is an uncritical driving error. There is a set of traffic lights coming up. You can go left. At the roundabout, continue straight, second exit. Here also Shehan indicates to go around this parked truck, but there was no road marking. And again he indicates left to come back, and there was an intersection on the left. So if there was a car on the left, they would think we are going left. Luckily there was no car, but this is a non-critical driving error. At the end of the road, turn left. Okay, you can do a reverse parallel park behind this car.
This car?
Okay, you can drive on when you're ready. Turn left again at the end. I'd like you to change gear. Okay, that will do. Turn right. At the end of the road, turn left. At the traffic lights coming up, turn right. At the traffic lights, turn right. At the end of the road, turn right. At the roundabout, continue straight. Shehan slows down a little bit late at this roundabout, and this is an uncritical driving error. At the traffic lights coming up, turn left. I asked Shehan to turn left at the next set of traffic lights, and there is a number of cars parked on the left-hand side before the traffic light. Shehan assumes that those cars are moving and he stops behind them. Now, this is not a problem, but before joining traffic again, he should have checked the mirrors and then indicated, but he only checked the mirrors and does not indicate, which is an uncritical driving error. Because he now has too many errors for signaling, he gets one specific repeated error for incorrect use of signal. If this was a driving test, he would not have passed. Before moving to the left-hand side, Shehan should have done a shoulder check. This is a non-critical driving error. And then at the traffic lights, turn right. Here you can just follow the bend around. Turn right. Can I get you to park behind the truck? Even here is okay, actually. You don't need to get too close to the truck. Maybe try and get closer to the left. We've come to the end of this mock test, and it's time for me to give Shehan some feedback on how he can improve. Alright, secure the vehicle, put the car in park. So, do you think you would have passed if this was an actual test?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Look, your driving was actually very good. Like, you drove so well. Have you had a lesson with an instructor
I had
before?
one lesson, yes.
Recently?
Yes.
Okay.
No, not recently. 1 month ago.
Okay. Your driving is pretty good. It's especially for someone who is doing your first test. That was pretty good, and especially considering you haven't driven this car before. It's a hybrid. It's got a different braking system and stuff like that. But if you think about it, do you think that was a smooth drive?
Not at times.
Yeah. So because what happens is sometimes you are making a move before you are very sure. So it's like you're not very sure yet, but you've already made the move, and then you realize that, oh, okay, I need to back out, and then you brake again. So you have to be very sure that it's safe to go. Now, if you did that once, they've been fine, but it was a lot of times. At the end of the road, you did that, and then at that traffic lights when we were going right and there was no arrow, you did that again. So you were coming, and then you read the situation. It was a little bit tricky, but there was 2 cars. One was going right. The one behind, we don't really know where they're going. And then you made the move, and then you realized that they're coming, and then you stopped. So it's like a pattern which repeats. You make the move, and then you react instead of reacting before you make the move. So yeah, if this was a test, you wouldn't have passed. It's just too many repeated errors. Yeah, and most to do with your judgment.
That time, why I didn't, why I braked first, the person, he turned to left at the last time, so that's when I braked.
Yes. Yeah, that's fine. That's good. It's good you did that, because if you didn't, I would have had to intervene. Then that would become a critical error. So it's a minor mistake, but the problem is it's just repeating too many times. It's you making the move, then you realizing, oh, I need to stop, and then you're stopping. Instead of first of all analyzing the situation first, then being sure that it's safe to actually go. So yeah, think about that. I think your driving is very good. You're almost there. And I think you should do a test. But you really gonna need to show your examiner that you can drive without making them feel too nervous. Because every time you were going for it and I was about to hit the brake, and then you've gone for the brake, and then we go to the next one, roundabout, you are coming, you know that you need to give way to these people. So you're coming and you're about to go, and then you realize they're coming and you go for the brake last second. You're gonna be sure that there's no one. Another issue that can fail you on the day of the test, and again this repeated too many times. When we are driving in residential areas and there's no marking, we don't need to indicate. So there are cars parked here.
Yes.
Cars are parked here. Cars are parked here. So we are driving along here. So this is you. You're driving. And then every time there is no lines, every time you're going around parked vehicles, you're putting on your right indicator. Did anyone tell you that, or?
No, I just realized since I'm not going on my side of the road,
Yeah, because there is no marking. Now, why is this a problem? Imagine if there is a car which is here, and you put on your indicator. What do you think they are thinking?
going to turn this.
They think you're turning right in there, and then you continue. Now, this one can get you a critical error because it can be dangerous. Now, this guy here, because he's on a giveaway sign, if you indicate right, they're still gonna wait for you to go, but they're not gonna go straight away. So this guy, that's okay, but it's not a really big deal, because even if you're turning right, they still wait for you. But you see the issue. If you're going straight and you're overtaking these people, you're going around them, and then after you come back, you're trying to come back, you put on a left indicator. A guy who is here, what do you think he's gonna do?
This guy, he thinks I'm turning left.
They think you're going left, and they just gonna start turning in front of you, and then that your intention is to go straight, but you've indicated left. So in residential areas, when we are overtaking, we don't indicate. Unmarked road.
Okay.
Yeah. The only time that you're gonna need to indicate, if there is a car parked here, and you need to cross your lane. So this time you are crossing the dotted lines. So you're gonna indicate right. You're gonna go to the right. You're gonna indicate left to come back to the left.
Okay.
Yeah. Even here, when there is a street here, if there was a street and you've overtaken and you're coming back, there is a street here, no indicator.
Okay.
Yeah. Although most of the time this is never on the main road. Really, this is very rare that there will be a street on the left. So, how many times did you do that?
Many times.
Many times, a lot of times. Yeah. So you need to avoid doing that. It can get confusing.
Okay.
Yeah. If there was a car there on the mock test, or even on the test, if there was a car and you indicate left when you're not turning left, and there was no marking, that is a critical driving error. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So not a bad drive, but yeah, there is a lot of things here and there. Then I'm gonna run through the rest quickly, and then we'll finish. judgment does not turn when presented with a safe gap. This was when we went at the end of the road. There was a scooter coming, but he
Yes.
was a bit far. You should have gone, but you waited. So that's a minor mistake. Sometimes hesitation. So again, this is, you're gonna turn and you think, okay, you're almost going, and then you're stopping. You're almost going. Make your mind up. If you're gonna go, you're gonna go. If you're not gonna go, you're not gonna go. Yeah. There are situations whereby that's okay, but if you're doing that all the time, that's definitely a problem. Signaling, I think I've already explained this one. Unnecessary use of indicators when going around parked cars in unmarked roads. So this is something called a specific repeated driving error, because it just repeated too many times. A number of times you were doing late shoulder checks. So meaning that you had moved the car, then you shoulder check. You need to first of all mirror, indicator, shoulder check, then move the car. Yeah. Road position, sometimes not in the center. So sometimes you drive a little bit too close to the line on the right here. If there are no cars parked on the left, you need to try and stay in the middle of the lane. This is another specific repeated driving error as well. So towards the end, I don't know what happened. You started driving a little bit too fast at intersections. Yeah, you need to keep your speed down when turning right and left. Drop the speed, turn, increase the speed. Yeah. Get confused with parked vehicles. Do you remember when
yeah. I thought it was the line turning left.
Yeah,
It was a blocked.
so that's the parked vehicles. Swerves when close to intersections. So sometime when you're going to turn, you are coming, and then you're going. You're shaking the steering wheel suddenly. Instead of coming and gradually going like this, sometimes you're suddenly shaking the steering wheel. So just be mindful of that. Left turn, kneel shoulder check, moving to the turning lane. This happened when, you remember where you stopped, you almost stopped behind parked cars?
Yes.
Then you went around, you realized your mistake, you went around them. Then we were going left at the traffic lights.
Yeah.
You put on your indicator, but because I think you were still thinking about what just happened, you quickly checked, you moved, but you didn't do a shoulder check to the left. Yeah. Any questions with this one?
No.
Yeah. Okay. There is some more things I'm gonna probably add when I edit this video, especially to do with your turning, the timing. So what I mean by that, if you are turning right, let me just put up a normal intersection here.
Yeah.
If you, let's say you're gonna turn right, and there is a car coming, and this car is about here, and for you are coming. This car is still here. You've already initiated the turn. You have to wait until this car passes, then turn. Yeah. Very closely critical. Yeah. So not too bad, but just be mindful of these little things, like indicating in the marked roads. Here, wait an extra second before turning. Just 1 second. By the time you wait an extra second, this car is gonna be here, you're gonna turn. So like when you're going through those traffic lights with no arrows, wait until they pass, then finish. Yeah.